Live from Africa and to the rest of the world, this is CII Radio. Independent, authentic, and dedicated to you.
We're going to be talking to 21-year-old entrepreneur from Acacia in Tshwane, and that's Kabelo Moteme. Now, Kabelo turned his hobby into cash when lockdown hit, and he established a sneaker cleaning company. Today, he's called Dr. Shine a Lot, and we chat to the young entrepreneur now. Kabelo, good afternoon, and welcome to CII Radio.
Good afternoon, Aisha. Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. Your story, Kabelo, is a very inspirational one. So you saw a gap in the market and you went for it. But what gave rise to the idea?
We all know that the employment rate in our country is very high. So I decided to take the leap of faith and start my own business. It all started as a hobby whereby I started cleaning my own sneakers, and from there ventured out to clean my family's shoes. And I then identified that there is a need for this service, and that's how Dr. Shine a Lot was established.
So your name is now Dr. Shine a Lot, but what do you do so differently to achieve the kind of immaculate cleanliness? Something that a regular bucket and soap can't do, I guess, because I've seen your pictures and, the pictures of the cleaned shoes as such, and all I can say is wow.
Basically what we do is we give sneakers and shoes that we receive lots of love and attention, as we ensure that the customer receives them back just as if they've purchased a new pair of shoes using the best products in the market for the right material.
So just out of curiosity then, so you find the correct material for that particular type of shoe as such. So what does it cost then to clean a pair of chackies?
Basically, we start charging off from 60 Rand to 100 for sneakers, which depends on the material of the shoe. And then for shoe shining, for heel and formal shoes, it's 40 Rand. So basically, we justify our prices through using the best techniques and products in the market to ensure customer satisfaction and to give customers a new and fresh look in terms of their shoes.
So that's not bad then, but looking at the clients that you've got thus far, what in terms of cost is the most expensive pair of chackies, or perhaps the cheapest pair as well that you've cleaned thus far?
The cheapest sneaker we've cleaned is roughly about 1,000 Rand, and the most expensive sneaker that we've cleaned was at about 18,000. But we at Dr. Shine a Lot don't look at the price of the sneaker. We clean all sneakers professionally with the same love and effort.
What, 18,000 Rand for a pair of sneakers? Did I hear correctly? 18,000?
Yes, 18,000 Rand for a pair of sneakers.
For sneakers or chackies so expensive, do the clients have to sign some sort of indemnity of sort, or what happens if something goes wrong while you're cleaning? Let's say, for example, a certain detergent you're using and the chackies is kind of like dark blue, but by the time you use this detergent, it ends up being orange or something. So is there an indemnity form that the clients sign?
Yes, most definitely. There is a consent form that clients sign, and it's then emailed to them along with the terms and conditions of the business. But luckily for us, we haven't had a situation of anything going wrong while cleaning. But should that happen and it is inevitable, we will then contact the client and make an arrangement to replace the shoe.
Wonderful. I actually didn't know, first of all, that you get such expensive chackies. I also didn't know that you would get an indemnity form for a tacky cleaning as such. So lots being learned today. I also see the term sneakerhead being used a lot. What does this mean, sneakerhead?
Basically, a sneakerhead is a person who collects, trades, or admires sneakers as a form of a hobby. So basically, sneakerheads like myself are passionate and dedicated to sneakers. Many of us are very knowledgeable about the origin and history of sneakers, and we spend a great deal of time collecting sneakers and shoes, basically.
Okay, so Ntando tells me that that's his hobby as well. So it seems like there's a lot of sneakerheads all over. But Kabelo, you managed to turn the right heads with your initiative. And I do understand you've received an SMME investment of 100,000 rands. So what's the future plans looking like?
Personally, we want to thank Boots South Africa because it is companies like them that support SMMEs, as SMMEs have the potential to create and expand employment opportunities, develop entrepreneurial skills, and enhance market opportunities. So the future plans for Dr. Shine a Lot is to partake frequently in social media paid promotions, and we're still in the early stages of developing an application that will be beneficial for both Dr. Shine a Lot and the customer in the following manner, but not limited to: a tracking tool for the customer to see the status of their shoes, which creates transparency between both parties; a notification tool for dry cleaners and laundries to notify us for collection of shoes; and a client feedback and testimonial tool. And basically with this cash investment is just to escalate the business to greater heights.
But you're still very young. Was this your career option? Was this something that you had planned as a goal, or did it just happen, or what was your actual career path going to be like?
Currently, I'm still a student at the Tshwane University of Technology doing my third year. So this was basically a hobby, and thanks to my sister Nele and my brother Botale, who gave me the idea to actually start the business, as the business only started in March 2020 during lockdown level 5.
So where do you operate from? Do you have sort of like a kiosk, or is it from home, or how does it work?
I operate straight from home at the moment.
Wonderful. And lastly, before we let you go, what's your advice to young entrepreneurs, those that have an idea, have a hobby, they have a passion, but they just don't know where to start?
Turning a hobby into a business can be exciting, but it isn't all fun and games, as you need to prepare and put in a lot of work. But start off by identifying the gap in the market, know your audience, and never ever underestimate the power of a solid business plan. And lastly, do research and know your competitors.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Kabelo, yours is a truly inspirational story. I mean, we all have hobbies, but how many of us have turned a business into our hobby into a business, or turned a business out of our hobby? It's wonderful stuff right here. We wish you all the best with your future endeavors, and you enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
Thank you, Aisha, and thank you to the CII radio listeners.
Wonderful. And that was Kabelo Moteme, the 21-year-old entrepreneur that turned his hobby and his passion into a thriving business.
Live from Africa and to the rest of the world, this is CII Radio. Independent, authentic, and dedicated to you.